Okay, so welcome back to another episode on the MAURO'S film. Professional setup with my Sony A7S III and Viltrox 20mm to match the complete exact frame of view of the DJI OSMO Pocket 3 tracking my face, and also the HOHEM MT2 gimbal is tracking my actual complete body. And we will be testing if you can actually understand the difference between an 4,000 euros or actually $4,000 setup and a smaller setup of about $550. So I will be now tracking myself around and check if you can check any difference, and I will be switching the footage back and forth so you can understand how this actual setup looks. And I have the Sony A7 III actually shooting the BTS, so we can have a better understanding how this complete setup works. So test 1, 2, 3, I am using the DJI mic and actually going left to right to be tracked by both gimbals, actually the HOHEM MT2 and the DJI OSMO Pocket 3. So we have a better understanding how have the actual OSMO Pocket 1-inch sensor improved with the complete algorithms where you can actually film yourself around being tracked by a gimbal. And now I am trying again to be followed by the HOHEM MT2 because it lost track. So we have to keep in mind we are using an AI tracker that is not connected straight to the Sony A7S III, but actually is using a standalone AI tracker where sometimes it loses the tracking. But yes, now this is a test and you can understand how this works and how the actual tracking works. And if I have actually matched the 20mm footage from the DJI Pocket and the actual Sony A7S III. And I have the autofocus put in center fix, and also I'm using the face autofocus on the Sony A7S III, and I'm using the actual face tracking feature on the DJI Osmo Action tracking my face. So this is kind of the look that we get. So test 1, 2, 3, I'm using DJI Mic 2 at the 32-bit actual float recording, and also I'm keeping a safe recording straight inside of the DJI Mic 2 for a better overall recording safeguards. And yes, now I'm going left to right and actually trying to be filmed and actually tracked by this complete setup made by me. And yes, because I'm using a lot of time this smaller setup with the Sony A7S III and it lost it, but it starting to follow me again for a professional filmmaking setup. And now I will be going around and the DJI Osmo Pocket might lose me. Yep. And now I'm actually rotating and the DJI Osmo Pocket lost me. But I will try to actually frame myself back. So let's try like that. Okay, so the DJI Osmo Pocket lost me because it went actually behind the actual HOHEM MT3. But this is the actual look on how you can actually achieve the same exact look with a much cheaper setup rather than a professional camera. And yes, I have put the actual Viltrox lens at f3.5 to actually match the field of view and actual DOF of a 1-inch sensor of the DJI Osmo Pocket camera. And now we are actually filming in D-Log 10-bit, and with the Sony A7 III we are filming in S-Log 3, also 10-bit. And this is the actual look that you get. Now I'm going around and actually switching to the left so you can get a better understanding. If I'm lost even behind the DJI Osmo Pocket, the DJI Osmo Pocket is still following, but the HOHEM MT3 is also doing a great job not losing me, and the actual Osmo Pocket got the target lost right now. So in some different kind of light situations, both gimbals are losing me and then picking up when they find a better overall exposure to actually track me. This is an actual great example of how different systems behave when using and actually recording yourself for a review, interview talk, or actually a lot of stuff that you're doing alone. So there you go. And now we will be switching this setup to an actual, and the HOHEM also lost me, but the DJI Pocket also was losing me right now when going to the left. Let's try again. Yep, and now it lost me. So maybe this kind of contrast situation is not the best for DJI OSMO Pocket, but this is why I'm testing these settings with the face track on. Let's get like that, yeah, with the face track on, so you can actually understand how this complete setup works in this environment. Maybe if I put the X and actually select a better tracking of myself, it's still picking up my face as the main objective with the tracking enabled. Well, pretty awesome. Let's go now for a different setup. Okay, so now, sorry for the actual noise, because I have a guy doing wheelies with a motorbike right down there. But nevertheless, I will be now testing that on a handheld motion, so we can understand how this works. And after that, we shall be ending this video and actually giving yourself an idea on how this complete setup works and actually what's the best for your choice. See you on my next one.